Okay, folks, and good morning. So we're going to do something a little more interactive with our news. We're going to do it all at once and have to start off with a little bit here. Some renderings that I started with a while back. Made these two skulls. It's actually a combination in there's actually an animation of this skull which I don't want to release because it'll get around. And that yellowish orange stuff inside his head actually is an animation of fire inside the skull. Anyway, so we're going to start off the news today. And you remember how there was this movie a long time ago, and it was called Terminator 1, and uh, you had Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatever his name is. Let's see here. Is this the one? Yep. Here we go. So in this one here, the Russians have made a humanoid robot, and it has guns. Yeah, baby. And guess where it's going? The International Space Station. The bestest place to send a robot to take over the world, Pinky. this is just this planet just keeps getting more interesting every day, doesn't it, folks? Like, I mean, what a time to be alive, eh? They finally made a Terminator. Finally made a Terminator. Oh, it's almost like, if you shifted to maybe 20, 20 years off that movie, like the time frame, this is it right here. And instead of Miles Dyson, it was Miles Kozowskian or something that made the thing. See, while these Americans are all running around just getting upset at everybody for trade wars, look what the Russians are making. Oh my. Oh my. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing right now because it's not smart enough to actually do anything that would, you know. So let's see here. I think there's a little. Is this a little video? No, wait a minute here. Here it is here, I think. Let's just have a little look at this. Oh, I can't wait to see 100,000 of these running around fighting things. Oh boy. The main purpose of the robot is to use it during the hazardous tasks on board the spacecraft, including spacewalk. So now apparently it's too hazardous to be in space outside the International Space Station. Like, what are they not telling us, eh? Like, I used to buy into NASA and all their stuff and not buy into all these conspiracy theories about that. I would have a joke about it and laugh about it. And most of the sites that were doing that stuff, I'd watch them because it's not about. It's like Ancient Aliens, right? It wasn't that the show was truthful or anything. It's that it was showing us places in the world that most of us won't probably get to if we can't afford to go, right? I didn't. I don't believe in Ancient Aliens any more than anyone else really does. But there's actually just no proof of it. Okay, there's just no proof. All right. Any of these so-called anomalies, I can actually sit there and explain. Okay. Think about it. In the last 5,000 years of recorded history, that's our history of record that we can go back and see. Look how far we advanced. It's not inconceivable, okay, because our species has been around for some say up to 3 or 400,000 years. That at one time a branch of us got going pretty good, got it together, and then got wiped out or something. because there's been lots of these little events like the Tobo uh, super volcano. That alone almost wiped out humanity. Okay, they say that all of the genes, every human being alive today, can be brought down to a group of between 3 to 5,000 people. Imagine that worldwide. You know, there was only 75,000 years ago. There was only 3 to 5,000 human beings. Okay, and I'm gonna surmise that it was that event that began the Neanderthals' real big decline. They could not recover because they didn't get along in large groups, where our species apparently seems to like being around people. Anyway, but you know, what's that about? Is there something, you know? I don't know. There's something weird about that. Why you would need a robot? Because robots are less nimble, and everything else at this stage. Anyway, okay. So got that piece of news out of the way. Let's see here. Go back to this for a second. Jump that out. And what do we got here? So, Mr. Trump tried to put the. Oh, it's showing me this thing here for a second. Why? Why are you showing me that? I don't know why. Anyway, it's not letting me interact properly with this browser. This one here. It's weird. Enable preview. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, Mr. Trump wanted to give powers to the FTC and whatnot to police all the so-called media censorship and stuff. And, you know, I'm part of it. I mean, Twitter banned me for getting a Blender mesh for when they came out with the 2.8, and all I did, and it was free. You know, there was no cost to it. I rendered it up, and there's a big wasp guy, and a guy was having a problem. People were bothering him. He felt bad, so I gave him the little bug man, and said, "Don't let them bug you." And they banned me. Then they unbanned me, tell me they're watching those guys, okay? And so what did I do? I uploaded another image, and they banned me. I just said, that's it. I want you to take my images off your servers, or I'll sue you for copyright infringement, because what you're doing is you're trying to steal my stuff. That's all I can think of. Okay, we'll let a court decide that. All right, because there's no other reason why you're picking on me, and I'm still banned. Okay, I don't have a phone right now, so I can't call to get that sorted out. Right? I had my Twitter account since 2009, and now I don't. So I don't need it. Don't care for it. Every piece of bad news that I'm hearing always comes from Twitter. Okay? Go look at all the people that are whining and crying about every little problem in the universe, and it's from Twitter. Seriously, turn off your Twitter, and suddenly, who cares? And it actually puts the people that use Twitter in their place. If nobody's listening to you, no one cares. Right? It'd be like you're yelling at a wall. Okay? So anyway, there's that one. And I think here, let me see. Is it this one? Yeah, so GitHub upgrades two-factor authentication with web. So what you're going to be required in order to use the internet now will be one of these cell phones that cost in Canada here, they're stupid prices. That's why I don't buy one. You know, it's like, why am I going to spend another $40 a month just so I can log into a freaking website? Okay, smarten up, GitHub. And that's another thing. Okay, I was in a Blender or Unreal dev stream, and they were talking about something that I won't mention. Okay, because it's It's not quite out yet, but they were showcasing it to us. And then I asked about, is there a way that we could try it out? And they said you needed this special version of the Unreal Engine from GitHub. So I said, okay, where can I find that? And they posted a link. So I went to their forums. I click on the link and I get a 404 page. I posted that last night and there's still no response. Okay? So, you know, apparently it was posted a week ago. So the people that first got it first, and then they come to us and they want us to talk. You know what? I'm going to have to go back and revisit my survey that they wanted us to take and give it like a D or an F because, showcasing me how to, do faster than light travel is all great and dandy, but if nobody can actually use it, then it's useless. Okay? So anyway, I just thought I'd kind of pummel in all that stuff at once. And, yeah. Oh, and in my local area where I was telling you about this little tent city thing and stuff like that. Someone got stabbed again in that area. It's just not going to end because you just got too many different groups of people in the area and whatnot. They got to get rid of them, and that's the only way about it. I'm getting sick of hearing about it, and I don't want to have to be leaving my house every day carrying a knife on myself just to make sure no one tries something stupid with me. Anyway, have a nice day.